So for point masses, how to calculate position of center of mass we have calculated. But this is sphere, disk, are they point masses? No, they are rigid bodies. But still we are able to calculate that center of mass, no, because they were regular bodies. And for regular bodies, where will be the position of center of mass? At its geometrical center. So very easily we have calculated. Now, so if some irregular bodies are given, if there is no symmetry in them, then how can I calculate the position of center of mass? Clear number? So R center of mass can be calculated as 1 by m integration of R dm. So this is the formula. Okay. So by using this formula, we can calculate the position of center of mass of any kind of body for rigid bodies, for extended bodies. Understood? No? Similarly, if I want a position along center of mass, x center of mass, R is position vector. Position vector means it is a combination of x-axis, y-axis as well as z-axis. If I want a position only along x-axis, then what I have to write? 1 by m integration of x dm, only along x-axis. If I want position along y-axis, so 1 by m integration of y dm. If I want position along only z-axis, so 1 by m integration of z dm. So this is the method in which we have to adopt to calculate position of center of mass of rigid bodies. Understood now? Now let us take one example. Ma? See, for example, so this is a uniform rod. Okay, ma? So this is a uniform rod. So for this uniform rod, I want to calculate the position of center of mass. Where will be the position of center of mass? Exactly at its center, because this is also a regular body. No? Now that I want to prove by using this equation. Are you able to understand? Ma? By using the equations of rigid bodies, I want to prove that center of mass of this uniform disk will be lying exactly at its center, geometrical center. Clear? No? So we know that center of mass will be present exactly here. Are you able to understand? Ma? Now let us see how we can proceed in this problem. So total mass of this rod is capital M, and the total length of the rod is L. Okay. Now I will take a small differential mass here on this length of this rod. What I do is I will take a small differential length. Differential length means what? Very small length, whose length is almost equal to 0. Clear now? So I am taking a very small differential mass whose mass is dm and whose length is dl. Understood? Ma? Mass is dm and what is its length? Ma? Length is dl. Now definitely center of mass must lie on this rod only. No? Center of mass must lie on this rod only. So this is a thin rod. So this is the x-axis, and let us consider this is my y-axis, and this is the origin 0, 0. Okay. So center of mass must lie on x-axis only, because this is a thin rod, very lengthy rod. Okay, my thickness is considered to be 0. Okay. Then which equation I can use? I can use this equation, no? Because center of mass lies only on x-axis. So I will write, so x center of mass is equals to 1 by m integration of x dm. Are you able to understand? No? Now from the reference, this small point which I have taken, this differential mass which I have taken, it is present at what distance? It is present at a distance of x. Understood? No? What is meant by x here? X is the position of this small differential mass which you have taken from the reference. Reference is here, origin 0, 0. Are you able to understand? Now see. So here x center of mass is written as 1 by m integration of x dm. Integration of x dx is possible. We know the rules of integration. Integration of x with respect to dx is possible, but here dm is given. Are you able to understand? With the difference integration of x with respect to mass, that is not possible. Okay, are you able to understand? Integration of x with respect to dx, this is correct. Integration of x with respect to dm, this is not possible. So what can I do? What shall I do? What shall I do? So I will try to convert this dm in terms of dx. Are you able to understand? Ma? So this total length is x. Position of this differential mass is x, and what is the length of this small differential mass? Length is dl, or you can call it as a dx also. Are you able to understand? Ma? dl and dx both are same. Are you able to understand? So how can I convert dm in terms of dx? Can you say anybody? What is dm? Mass of this small differential mass which you have taken, dm. Okay, ma? Now this dm I want to convert in terms of dx, because this integration is not possible. Mass is directly proportional to, here mass is not distributed in area, mass is distributed in length here. If dl value increases, dm value also will increase. No? If length of the rod increases, mass also increases. So how can you write a relation between dm, dx, total length, total mass. Shruti dialogue lo the answer kavali. How can I write the answer? How can I write a relation between them? Very simple. See ma, here length is directly proportional to mass, no? If length of the rod increases, mass of the rod also increases. Because mass is distributed in length here. Mass endulo distribute ayindi length lo. If length increases, mass of the rod also increases. So therefore, how can you write a relation? I can write, I want a dm, no? Dm can be written as dx by L multiplied by capital M. That's all, very simple. Now can you say the reason why I have written like this? What is dx? Small length of the differential mass which you have taken. What is L? Total length. So small length by total length, you will get a fraction. Fraction multiplied by total mass, fractional mass. Now dm has converted into dx, no? Now substitute here. So therefore what I can write x center of mass is 1 by m integration of x multiplied by, instead of dm what I can write ma? Dx by L multiplied by capital M. Clear number? So small m and capital M will get cancelled. L is a constant, you take it out of difference integration. So therefore I will get 1 by L integration of x into dx. This is the equation which I got. Are you able to understand? Now integration of x dx. Now what are the limits of integration? I have to integrate this rod from where to where? Ekkad nunchi ekkad varaku integrate cheyali. I should start from here. I should end up to here. That's all. No? Total length of the rod I have to integrate. So therefore limits of integration are 0 and upper limit is total length of the rod is L. That's all. Understood now? So therefore x center of mass is equals to 1 by L. In integration of x dx is how much? X square by 2. Integration of x dx x square by 2 only, no? And what are the limits? Limits are applied from 0 to L. Clear, no? So first substitute the upper limit. Upper limit is L, no? So L square by 2. So 1 by L multiplied by L square divided by 2. So L and L get cancelled. So final I will get L by 2. So that is my answer. Clear, no? So where is the position of center of mass from the origin? L by 2, exactly at the middle. Satisfied, no? For rod, center of mass will be at the center only, no? So proved. So are you able to understand how we are using these equations? Understood, no? So we are taking x center of mass is 1 by m integration of x dm. Okay, this is the equation. But x cannot be integrated with respect to dm. So dm I am converting in terms of dx. Then I am substituting, then I get the answer. Fine, no? That's it. So whenever extended bodies are given, these are the methods which you have to adopt to calculate the position of center of mass. Are you able to understand, ma? That's it. So for neat people, you need not understand this process, or you need not practice these methods. Just you remember the results, that's it. But for, so these are center of mass of some rigid bodies which we should remember, ma? So to calculate center of mass of them also, same equation. We have used one equation to calculate center of mass of long rod, no? One rod. In the same methods, if you do the calculation, then you will get these respective values. So first one, half a ring or semi-circular wire. Ring, we know ring, no? Ring if you cut into two parts, then this is what you see. Or if you bend a wire in the form of a half circle, then SEMA. We are taking only y center of mass, which is equals to 2r by pi, if this is the reference. Clear, no? What about x center of mass? X center of mass is not there. Why? Because this is the line of symmetry also, no? This body is symmetrical about this line, no? So this is the line of symmetry also. Okay? So if a body is symmetrical about one axis, then center of mass must lie on that axis. Already we discussed, no? So this is the line of symmetry. So center of mass must lie on the line of symmetry. So from the reference, center of mass is at a distance of 2r by pi. It means center of mass is somewhere here. What is this distance? This distance is 2r divided by pi. Understood, no? Similarly, you take a triangular plate. Okay, ma? So base of the plate is B, height of the plate is h. Triangular plate, or you can call it as a triangular lamina. Understood, no? Then on the x-axis it is at a distance of b by 3. On y-axis it is at a distance of h by 3. Okay? It means it will be somewhere here. Okay? So this distance will be b by 3. This distance will be h by 3. Understood, no? Then semicircular plate. Semicircular plate means what? Half disc. What is this one, ma? This is a half disc. Okay? And for half disc, again there is some symmetry, no? Symmetry is present on y-axis and center of mass must lie on the line of symmetry. So this is the reference I am taking, this is the reference. So from the reference, what is the position of center of mass? 4r divided by 3 pi. It means it will be somewhere here. Understood? No? What is this height? This height is 4r divided by 3 pi. Okay, ma? Then solid cone. What is meant by solid cone? A cone where mass is present inside the volume also. Anywhere inside this cone, mass is not empty, it is completely filled. Okay, ma? Mass is totally filled. Then in that condition, again, this is the origin which I am taking. And again, we have symmetry about this axis, no ma? Symmetry unda leda? Symmetry is present. So center of mass must lie on the line of symmetry. So from the origin, it is present at a distance of h by 4. So h by 4 means somewhere here. Understood, no ma? So this distance will be how much? This distance will be h by 4 from the base of the cone. Similarly, if I want from the top of the cone, this height will be how much? It is h minus h by 4, 3h divided by 4. Are you able to understand now? From the base it is h by 4, from the tip it is 3h by 4. So that is the position of center of mass some bodies. Remaining body 3h by 4 from the tip. Now this is a hollow cone. Hollow cone means what? Empty cone. Only cone is present, mass is distributed only in surface area, volume is completely absent. Clear now? Volume is throughout the volume, mass is not present. Therefore again there is symmetry now. Symmetry is along y-axis. So therefore y center of mass is h by 3. From where? H by 3 from the base. From base it is h by 3. Okay ma? It means center of mass is somewhere here. So this distance is how much? This distance is h by 3. If I want to calculate same center of mass from the tip, then how much it will be? H minus total height is h. So h minus h by 3, 2h divided by 3. Understood, Nama? Then this is a hollow hemisphere. What is meant by hollow hemisphere? Hollow hemisphere means hemisphere if you are, shell. Shell if you cut into two parts, two equal parts. Shell means empty sphere. Empty sphere if you cut into two parts, then it is called hollow hemisphere, half sphere. Okay. Then for this one, the center of mass where it will be at a position of r by 2. Are you able to understand? Ma? R by 2 means if a radius of this hemisphere is r, it will be exactly at the center. So this distance will be r by 2. That is the position of center of mass. Then solid hemisphere. Solid hemisphere means solid sphere if you cut into two parts. Clear? Ma? Cricket ball if I cut into two parts. Then its center of mass will be again at a position of 3r divided by 8. Understood, Nama? So these are some of the calculations which you should remember. Fine? Okay. Now if I give you a question about how to solve the problems related to this rigid bodies, let us write one question. See now. So a solid cone and a solid hemisphere are joined as shown. Find the position of center of mass. Understood, Ma? Now how they are joined, the figure I will draw here, Ma. So this is a solid cone, Ma, and this is a hemisphere. Okay, so they are joined together. What is the height of this cone? Height of this cone is 3r. Radius of this solid hemisphere is r. So mass of this one is 3m and mass of this one is 2m. Understood, Nama? Then for this body you are supposed to calculate the position of center of mass. Okay. How I got this body, Ma? By combination of two rigid bodies. What are the two rigid bodies I have taken? One is a solid cone. This is a hollow cone, Ma. Solid cone I am taking. And a solid hemisphere. Are you able to understand? So up to here it is solid cone and this is a solid hemisphere. Their masses, their heights, radius, everything are given. So what is the position of center of mass? 9r by 8. From where is the origin, where is the reference you have taken? Reference ekkada తీసుకున్నారు? Center means where? This point, huh? Okay, let us see. So I will take this one to be my center. Okay, or I will say, instead of indicating by cross mark, let it be my origin 0, 0. Okay. Now see, ma, where is the center of mass of the cone? Solid cone. solid cone center of mass will be somewhere here. What is this height? It is h divided by 4. That's all. For solid cone it is h by 4 only, no? H by 4. Now what about this solid hemisphere? For solid hemisphere center of mass is present at 3r by 8. From where? From the origin. Origin is here only, no? So therefore somewhere here the center of mass of the solid hemisphere is present. And what is this distance? That is 3r divided by 8. Okay. So if I take center point as my origin, one distance is positive, another distance is negative. So do the calculation. So y center of mass. Now it must lie on y-axis only, no? Because symmetry is present along y-axis only. So take y center of mass. So y center of mass is equals to m1 y1 dash plus m2 y2 dash divided by m1 plus m2. Because I know the center of mass, I can consider them to be point masses only, no? I know their center of masses, so you can consider them to be point masses and use the equation of point masses. What is center of mass తెలుసు కదా, center of mass తెలిసినప్పుడు point masses లాగే బిహేవ్ చేస్తాయి కదా అవి. Now do the calculation. Y center of mass is equals to, so mass of this cone is how much, ma? 3m. What is its position of center of mass? H by 4. Plus h by 4 or minus h by 4? Plus h by 4. Mass of this one is how much? 2m. And what is the position of center of mass of solid hemisphere? 3r by 8. Plus 3r by 8 or minus 3r by 8? Minus 3r divided by 8. Divided by, just to add the masses, 3m plus 2m. That's all. Just do this calculation, you will get the required answer. Are you able to understand? So therefore m and m get cancelled. So therefore y center of mass, how much I got? So 3h by 4, and h value it is given as 3r, no? So substitute. Here only I will substitute. 3 into 3r. 3r by 4 minus 3 2s are 6. 6r by 8 divided by 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay. Now do this calculation, that is my required answer. Understood, no? That's it. Is it clear how we have calculated? So because we know their positions of center of masses, even they are rigid bodies, if we know the center of mass, we can consider them to be point masses and use the equation of